guys and welcome to my channel. My name's Nicole and here on We Mama I do lots of motherhood, lifestyle, cleaning and organisational videos. So if you like that kind of content I would love it if you could stick around and maybe consider subscribing. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be all about my second baby must-haves. I am mummy to a little boy called Didier who has just turned 2 and a 6-month-old baby girl called Nina. So I've done this twice in quite a short period of time. So my little boy was only 1.5 when my little girl was born, so I was still in baby mode. I've still got the majority of the baby things lying about, and I thought yes, this would be a handy little video to film, just showing you what I've bought for my second baby. Things that I probably didn't need the first time round but have really saved my butt this time around with a second baby. Some things have just really made my life easier. I have just been like, why didn't I buy this the first time round? It would have just saved so much grief and trouble. But yes, I'll stop waffling and get straight into it. Baby carrier slash sing slash papoose, really funny word. Basically like a front baby carrier. I had one for my first that we didn't really use. It was a front baby carrier, and then for my second I actually realised that I really needed a sling in my life. I had 2 babies under 2 and I just found it really difficult to get anything done around the house with having a 1.5-year-old and a newborn baby, and my husband works quite long hours, so I was by myself. You know, after my husband went back to work, it was interesting. So I really needed to find a way of like balancing attention between my little boy and my newborn baby, and also managing a house. It was quite stressful in a way, but yes, I definitely needed my hands to be free. Nina, my little girl, did not like being put down, which is, you know, very understandable. She's been in a very nice, cozy, warm environment for the past 8 months, and then yeah, she did not want to leave my side. She was also breastfed, which I didn't do with my first, and I really think she was a lot more clingier to me than my firstborn. So I bought a sling off of Amazon and it has been a lifesaver. We still use it now to go on our walks, and I actually really love this one. I know that these slings can range in price. I really didn't want to be spending a lot of money on a sling because I didn't know how long we would be using it for. But I bought one from Amazon that was $22.99 I think, and it's called like a koala wrap. And it has been fantastic. I was quite intimidated by the wraps that are just like a very long piece of material. So this one comes in 2 parts. It is a long piece of fabric and then a harness. So you basically put the harness over the top, put the baby in, and like put the sides of the fabric over the baby to secure them, and then wrap the fabric to secure and also to help with posture. It is such a good little sling. Nina would instantly put her head down and fall asleep on me, giving me free hands to go and cook my little boys like dinners and lunches, just to wash up the dishes and yes, drink a lukewarm cup of tea, and that's all I needed. So this sling was a lifesaver, and as I've just mentioned, we still use this now as we're in lockdown and all we do is leave the house for shopping and for walks. We've gone on some lovely long walks at the National Trust. You know, as it's winter, we don't really want to be taking prams in muddy, very leafy areas, so it's just nice to be hands-free and go for nice long walks with her all tucked up and on you so you can wear her. I really do like this one. I think it's so easy to put on. I feel very confident wearing, which I did buy a few slings for this one and I did not feel confident wearing her in these ones. I still do get a bit paranoid when she's in there for too long that she might get smothered, so I didn't tend to wear her for too long. And then even on walks now, as she's 6 months, she can hold her head up and she doesn't tend to fall asleep that often in it anymore, but she loves to have her head to the side. She loves to be watching everyone, and I'm thinking of looking into another one now, so she will be forward facing. Another thing I bought for baby number 2 was a double pram. I think when I was around 7 months I just realised that, oh my god, we're gonna have to get another pram. And it didn't hit me until a lot later that, yeah, we would need 2 prams because my little boy, even though he's very, very good at walking, we still need the pram. At the time, the lockdown had just lifted, so we were going out shopping for the day, things like that, going to pick things up. And yes, I needed a double pram. Even though my little boy is such a good walker, I did realise that yes, we would need a double pram. We can't just expect him to walk everywhere and have the newborn in the pram. So we looked into double prams, and I am a big believer in buying things like this second hand. I do not want to be spending £700 on a pram. They get so beat up, they get wonky wheels, you know, they're in use every single day, and these prams break so easily. I really did not want to be forking out £700 for one. So I bought second hand with my first pram, and my second pram wasn't going to be any different. So I found a Oyster Max 2 on Facebook Marketplace, and that's where I bought my first pram as well. And this pram has been great. It was in great condition. The only thing that was wrong with it was the bag at the bottom had a little bit of tearing on it from where they were collapsing it, and it had got stuck. It came with cot bassinet attachment and with 2 seats. It came with rain covers, and it has done us so well. And now I will be quite honest, now that she is 6 months and we're not really going anywhere in it, my little boy doesn't use it. But at the beginning, when she was newborn, the lockdown had just lifted, and when we went to see family members, we went out for a day shopping to go and pick up some new newborn bits. Yes, it was very handy to have that double pram. The other thing that we do now is we just put the one pram on, and as it's forward facing, we can see Nina, and then my little boy Didier will stand on the front of the pram, like between the handlebars. And it's not an actual boogie board or something that you probably should do, but it's just easy for him to just stand on it every now and then. When his legs get tired, he'll stand on it. He holds onto the bars, and we've got a makeshift pram for 2. But yes, this is a great pram, and I'm very happy that we got it for just £150. Something else that we have got for our second baby and didn't have the first is a Jumperroo. We kind of skipped the Jumperroo with my little boy. He had a walker instead, and we're still considering getting a walker for Nina as well, but at the moment she just seems a little bit more smaller and delicate than Didier was. I think it's because she was a month early, and I don't know, she's just doesn't seem to be as stronger as Didier was. So I think he was in his walker at around 5 months, and she's so little and like petite, I just don't think she would even touch the floor in a walker at the moment. But yes, my mum very, very kindly bought us a Jumperroo for Christmas, and she has loved it. She has only just started to touch the floor in this and has really enjoyed bouncing in it. It is so funny to watch her and even hear it. If I'm in the kitchen washing up, I can hear her having the best time bouncing up and down in her Jumperroo, squeaking and squawking. But this is really handy because she has a donut ring, she has her playmat, and then the Jumperroo. So she actually has 3 like activity centres. It's really handy for her to be in the Jumperroo, and she just gets a different like viewpoint. She gets to see everyone a bit differently, and of course there's so much going on in the Jumperroo that yeah, she can entertain herself for a bit. Another thing we have bought for Nina is a bath seat. I did a video a while ago where I showed what I used to use, and it was just a bath sponge. When my little boy Didier was first born, this was just ideal. We had a folding baby bath that we, you know, gave him his first kind of baths in the living room. But when it was time to move into the tub, I just sat him on these mats, these big sponge foam things from Home Bargains, and it did the job. Whenever I looked at these like Angel Care baby bath seats things, they were like nearly £25–30, and I just thought that was such a lot of money for something that he wasn't going to be in for such a long time, and I really didn't mind him lying on these sponges and bathing him that way. So I didn't purchase any kind of bath seats with my first. With Nina, it is obviously a whole different game bath time. With 2, we bath both of them together, as this is just the easiest way, and it is just good for their routine. And it was just becoming very, very tricky having to hold Nina on this sponge when my little boy was going crazy in the bathtub. And I still didn't want to buy an Angel Care bath seat for £25, so I found one on Facebook Marketplace for £5, and I was very happy with that. So I just put a bit of Milton on it, and it was good to go. And it has been fantastic. It's so good to be hands-free again in the bath. Obviously we don't leave her in the bathroom in it, but it's just so good to not be bending over the bath, hurting your knees, hurting my back. my arms holding a newborn baby. I know most people will probably think, well, yeah, why didn't you just do that with your first? But newborn babies, my money was tight, you know. But now, yes, this bath seat has come in so handy, so that I can keep an eye on like my oldest and then on my little girl as well in the bathtub. Very happy with that £5 purchase. Another thing that we bought for Nina was a Doona. I, again, did buy this second hand. I did a lot of research into it. It was only a year old. A Doona, if you don't know, is basically a car seat on wheels. So you can just take it out of the car and wheel it in. It has been so handy. I bought it from eBay and I had a good thorough chat with a lady and she said that she'd only had it for a year. She had the receipt. So I was very happy with that. I know that there are a lot of scary things concerning car seats and them being second hand, and I wouldn't buy one if it had been a couple of years old. But yes, I did get this one second hand and I did have a very good thorough chat with her online. When we went to pick it up, we had a good look at it. It seems to be in great working order. There's nothing wrong with it, all brand new. The only thing that was missing was a newborn insert, so we bought that online, and we actually bought some more accessories to go with it, like the bag, until around the second lockdown kicked in. So it was really handy for like 3 months when we were doing a lot of things, going in and out of towns and shopping and things like that. But now we went into a second lockdown, now we've gone into the third lockdown. Yes, I will admit it has not been that useful because we're not going anyway. I actually mainly bought this car seat because I was supposed to be going on holiday with family without my husband, and I didn't want to take the huge double pram. I've got a little folding pram which is going to be used for my firstborn, and Nina was going to be using the Doona. But of course we went into a second lockdown and that holiday was cancelled. I absolutely love this. It is such a great concept. I know that lots of other mothers say that this is great for school runs, so if you have older children and a younger baby, this is great. Instead of, you know, getting to school, taking a huge pram out, putting all the attachments on, you know, this is great to just lift out of the car and go. It has been quite handy, especially for us, because quite a few times with baby number 2 we forgot the pram because my oldest is so good at walking, like I mentioned before. We would just go out for a walk and then we'd be like, oh my god, we've forgotten the pram. Luckily we don't do that anymore. We forgot it for 6 months, but at the beginning, yeah, that was fun. Another thing that we have very recently bought for Nina, I say we, my mother again very kindly gifted this to us for Christmas. It is a Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep bottle machine, and this is the stuff of dreams if you bottle feed your baby. I remember seeing this with my firstborn and just remember thinking, that is £120, that's not worth it. I can make a bottle in a couple of minutes, it will be fine. I do not need to spend that much money. Past Nicole is a stupid Nicole. I wish that I had got that the first time around, because I breastfed my little boy for 2 weeks and then bottle fed him until 1 year old. That bottle machine would have saved us so much time, so much grief in the middle of the night. While my baby was howling, you know, we lived in a flat, we woke our neighbours up continuously whilst he was waiting for a bottle to cool down. Oh, so yeah, my mum very kindly bought it for us in the sale. It was down to £60, and I have very slowly weaned Nina off breastfeeding, and now she is mostly bottle fed. She will have a breast throughout the night every now and then, but yes, this bottle machine has been perfect. Thanks, Mom. Something that my dad and my stepmom bought for Nina for Christmas this year was a donut. It's like an inflatable donut ring. We didn't have anything like this for my little boy, actually. He just had a mat and a walker. Yeah, but this time we've just been bombarded with everything. I think everyone's also kind of overcompensating because we haven't seen each other in so long, you know, with lockdown number 3. But yes, we have a donut seat and Nina is loving this. This is really good to help support her sit up. I've actually taken away her little baby chair and now she's just in the Jumperroo and this donut seat, and it's really helping her posture. I noticed definitely since making her sit in the donut more that she's definitely sitting upright a bit better, and she's not, you know, flopping over as much as she was. So this has been really handy. It's got like a little flap across the front which you can remove with Velcro, and it's like got lots of little activity things on it, like mirrors, flaps, and yes, she has really been enjoying this. Something else that we've done for baby number 2 was get a nappy caddy ready. Of course, yes, these were all the rage with Mrs. Hinch. I just thought that yes, this would be a great idea to keep nappies in. Before, with my firstborn, we were in a flat, so his bedroom was right next to the living room, so if he needed a nappy change, we would literally just take him into the next room and change his bum. Then we moved into this house, and the changing room is in here, in my little boy's room, and then all of her nappies are in her room. As we're in lockdown, it just made sense to have all the nappy stuff downstairs and a nappy mat downstairs, so we can just change their bum downstairs. They are both in my vicinity, because obviously I don't want to be changing my little girl's bum upstairs and leaving my little boy downstairs, or taking him upstairs. Yeah, fun times, fun times. But yes, it was really handy to just shove a changing mat underneath the sofa and have this caddy to the side. And yeah, just I always stuff it with like bum creams, wipes, nappy bags, nappies, and also some hand sanitizer, and you're good to go. Good to go. Another thing that I use with Nina, and I didn't really use on my little boy when he was kind of newborn, last year I guess, is Anbesol. I heard people talking about this, but I've never really picked it up. It's just a teething remedy, and it is delightful. You just take one little drop on your finger and put it on like the gums, and it's a bit like very mentally. It, you know, it's a bit like, I just call it mouthwash, but it's antiseptic and anaesthetic, so it's really, really good, really does the trick. With my little boy, we just kind of used Calpol, Ashton Parsons teething powder, and Bonjela gel, teething gel. But yes, with Nina, I just remember hearing good things about this, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna go pick some up, and she was like going crazy. She was like a pit bull on her fingers, and I picked this up. It's from Boots. It's around £6 over the counter, and as soon as I put like a drop on her gums, she stopped within seconds. She just seemed to like really just calm down a bit, stopped like ferociously chewing her fingers, and yes, I now use this on my little boy, and I really wish that I had picked this up sooner. And last but not least, the last thing that I bought for Nina is a Hakka breast pump. Now, I really struggled breastfeeding with my first, and I hated pumping. I just did not have a very good experience with it, but I knew that this time around I really wanted to breastfeed. I managed 6 months fully breastfeeding, which I'm very proud of, and now of course she's really weaned onto bottles, but we still breastfeed in the night. I really wanted to get a pump. I would have really had my eye on the LV breast pump, but again, it was like £250 for a breast pump. I ain't spending that. And then I just had a good look at a Hakka, and even though I did quite a bit of research on it, it's not actually a breast pump. It's like a milk collector. So when you're feeding your baby, when you're breastfeeding, you basically attach this pump onto your breast, and it catches the letdown in the other breast. So instead of it leaking into your bra, you know, you've potentially another bottle of milk, or however much milk you have for your baby. This was really good because we bought some bottles so that my husband could introduce a bottle to her every now and then. We didn't do this that often, mainly because I kept forgetting due to my husband's hours, and he was working in the day. But yes, in the beginning this was very, very helpful, because it just kept my boobs from going wonky, and my husband could have that little bit of bonding, because he was so used to bottle feeding my son from day one. He didn't have that with my little girl, and he really found that if he could do that, he could really bond with her a bit more. So guys, thank you for watching. That is all my second baby buys. That is actually quite a lot. These things have definitely made my life a bit easier with having two, especially, I can't say it anymore, but having 2 under 2, these things hit the spot, and I'm very, very grateful to my mum for buying most of them. She's very, very generous. I very highly recommend these products. They have been a lifesaver. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, I'd love it if you could give it a big thumbs up. If it helped you in any way, it really helps support and grow my little channel, along with subscribing and hitting that little notification bell. Please come follow me on Instagram. My handle is down here somewhere on the screen. Please leave any comments down below. I love replying and talking to you down there. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!